Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Keith with Tulsa Moto Club, and today I'm going to fill you in with an update on every one of the bikes I'm working on, including the KZ. First, let's talk about the CM200. In the last video I made about it, we started tearing apart the engine for it, but I didn't really get too far. There were a lot of stubborn stripped screws that were really difficult to get out, and it took up a lot of my time. So honestly, I've kind of just put it on the back burner. It's sitting right here next to me wide open, and I want to take care of it, and I will get that started soon. But after looking at the engine a little bit, there's a lot of things that I'm going to have to replace, like bolts that hold the exhaust on and things like that are really unique pieces that I'm going to have to find and order, and that might take a while. So the CM200 might become more of a long-term project that I work on here and there when I have the time, because it needs a whole lot of work and a lot of stuff that I don't have any experience with yet, but I'm eager to learn. And while I'm talking about the CM200, I really have no idea where I'm going with this build. Like I said, it needs a lot of work and it's going to be a long-term project. So if you have any suggestions on what I should do with the build, let me know down in the comments below. Now on to the SR250. I haven't done much to this bike, but I do have a plan for it. Aside from the reveal video where I put a new battery in and got it running, I really haven't done much. I took off the luggage rack on the back and just threw it into the pile of spare parts that I have, which on that note, I do have a plan for a lot of these spare parts, but more on that in the future. Anyway, like I said, there's a plan for the SR250, and right now I really just need to order parts for it. There is some work that's going to need to be done. I'm going to take the carburetors off and give them a good cleaning just to be safe, even though I'm not sure they really need it. I do need to replace the chain and a few other parts that are important, as well as get some new tires, and I might modify the frame. I'm not too sure about that just yet, but we'll see. I have to get it stripped down and see what it looks like first. But more videos on the SR to come soon. Like I said, I haven't done much work to it, and part of that's because I've been enjoying the KZ so much. So on to that. So like I said, I've really been enjoying the KZ. Spring has sprung here in Tulsa, and while it might be rainy or really cold most days, I've been riding the bike as much as possible. Now, having been riding the bike for a while, there's a lot of little imperfections or things that I just don't like about the bike that I've started to notice. I'll just go through that right now. Most of it's just the paint job. I use the spray paint for almost everything on the bike just to be like a DIYer, and while it does have a good finish and it does do the job, it's just not perfect. I might get a different kind of paint and repaint the tank again and maybe do a different design. It's a little rough and I think I can do a much better job. And as far as the frame goes, I use the same kind of paint, and I think that I'm going to strip everything down once it's cold again and just take it and get it powder coated. I'm also not a big fan of the seat. The seat I made myself. I like it. I think it's a great job for never have worked with upholstery or anything ever before. But my biggest problem is just the shape of the frame. It still angles up a little bit, and while I shortened it before, I think that I want to cut it and make it completely flat. I know that's more of a traditional cafe racer look anyway, but like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing with this first build, and now I feel a lot more confident in my skill set or help from people that I've met along the way from starting the build in the first place. So there are a few other things that I'm considering doing to the bike, including adding a hydraulic clutch system, changing the suspension out, and doing a few other things. But all that's in the future, probably when the riding season is over and it's cold again. But more videos on that to come. So there's another thing that I want to do to the KZ as well that we're going to do right now. Remember the wooden foot pegs that I made a while back? I'll throw a link for them up here in the corner if you want to check that out. They're great and they're holding up awesome. The only thing is that my feet tend to slip off of them a little bit just because of such a smooth finish on the wood. So what I got was some skateboard grip tape, and I'm going to cut some strips of that out and wrap them around the foot peg and see how that looks and see if that might fix my problem. Let's do it.
So I know it's a new day, but in that last shot what I was trying to show you is that my carburetor boot has a crack in it. That causes fuel to leak, which in turn causes my bike not to run as well as it should. So I need to get that fixed as soon as possible. All I need to do is get a replacement boot and I'll get that put on as soon as I have that. Aside from that, that's pretty much all the updates I have on all the motorcycles right now. I know it's been a few weeks since my last video update, and I really wanted to make this video to kind of fill you all in on what's been going on. Trust me when I say I'm working hard to create more content and post more regularly. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already, that way you don't miss out on any of the videos I put out in the future. If you want to see more daily content, make sure to follow me on other social media like Instagram and Facebook. I'll be sure to link those in the description down below, as well as the Tulsa Motor Club website. That's where you can go to read a blog that I try to write, as well as buy some products that might help support the channel. And lastly, if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions on the CM200 build, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. Later.